Instagram, hello Facebook. We are here, Mystic Fitness in the Victory Field outside. Please remember, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, we take advantage of practicing yoga outside with nature as intended, I would assume. And today we shall start sitting down. Please join us. Never wait for me to say to stop and drink water or take a break. It's up to you. Okay? Let's have a great practice. So, arriving at this moment in this beautiful, beautiful field, allowing yourself to just feel the breeze. Allow the noises around you just to be. And with every inhale, soften your belly, soften your shoulders, your face, your heart. We take in so much. You can let it out. Big inhale in. And let it go. One more time, a big inhalation. And let it go. Set an intention to your practice with your eyes closed. And I remind you to allow yourself to be soft, to be sensitive, to bend in order to remember not to break. Open your eyes and smile. And lift those hands up to the skies. Bring some energy down. Ground yourself. It's so hard. Keep on doing the same movement. It's so hard to remember. There are endless cycles of energy and we place ourselves in the midst of them. So we're just a bead in those endless chains of energy. It's good to ground ourselves once in a while. 2 more times, because it feels so good. Don't forget to breathe. Bring in the breath. Leave your hands in your lap. Roll the shoulders back a little bit and forward a little bit. Just awakening the shoulders. Then maybe hands on your shoulders, one by one forward. Maybe bringing the head in the game in whatever movement you need. This is unstructured. And this is your body telling you what to do. And then switch direction. Nice. On your next inhale, come back to center. Interlace the fingers behind your sacrum. Open the chest with your inhalation. Roll the shoulders down. Maybe lean back on your hands, assuming they are straight and on the ground. Breathe a few breaths here with your open chest, and the challenge here is release the legs. Come back to center, release all activity and circle your wrists. Both directions. Option here to stretch the inside of your hand by pushing the fingers back. Take it to the other hand. And then whatever you need and you fancy from the repertoire of warming up the wrists, either magnetic wrists to both directions or anything that floats your boat and feels good, stretching and warming the wrists. Then walk the hands forward, push into the hands, warming up the wrists a little bit more, and then walk a little bit forward, push the hands into the ground, one more bit forward, breathe, release the head. Maybe the head touches the ground, maybe not. And then walk to the right with the hands bent forward. So opening the left side. Again, the challenge here is to leave the legs on the ground and not activate them. Come back to the center with your breath and take it to the other side. So walk the hands to the left. Stretching the right side, releasing the neck. And with your breath, walk the hands forward. Shift your weight onto your knees, lifting the hips up, opening the legs, coming to table. Table proper, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Push back to child's pose. You can tuck your toes under or not. It's up to you. Push to child pose and then lift the head, bring the chin, not the shin, the chin to the ground. So you're in child's pose, opening your chest, melting your heart to the ground, looking forward because your chin is on the ground. So it's an extreme stretch for your neck. And then walk the hands a little bit forward as you come forward with the whole body, releasing the thighs, untucking the toes if they were tucked, and rolling the shoulders back. So a modification of dog, you can be either hovering or not with your thighs, just opening the back, the lower back, with a lot of respect. Option here to drop the head forward, completely the opposite from melting heart pose that we just did. And again, come back to child's pose. Leave the hands where they are. Bring the chin to the ground. Look forward. Yeah, beautiful. Try to bring the chest to the ground as far as you can. It's the intention. It doesn't really happen, but it's the intention. Again, a very grounding pose, getting a lot of energy from the planet straight into your heart. And push back up. Release the thighs, untuck your toes if they were tucked. Strong shoulders, open your chest. Option to drop your head. Now, if you drop your head and you feel like rolling it around, that's also up to you. Sometimes it's so releasing, sometimes you're not. It's not. It depends on how much stress you're holding in your traps. And now come back to proper child's pose, wholesome breath. And on your exhale, push back to table, adjust, open those knees, and start circling the hips. So here, the proportions of how open the knees, how open your hands are up to you. Try to move them around so you can feel what is right. At the same time, push into the wrists, but not only the root of your wrists, push into the fingers as well and into the balls of the fingers in the palms of your hands. So you distribute the weight there and switch direction. Your choice of maybe coming all the way forward as we did before and all the way back. Really explore and try your own movement here. And come back to table proper, everything more or less 90 degrees, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale, lift the right hand up. Exhale, thread it under the left. Breathe and straight up with your inhale. Exhale, thread. Inhale, come up. Push into the left hand. Exhale, under. And let's stay just for a breath. Bring it all up. And push into the right hand this time. On your inhale, lifting the left hand. Exhale, threading the needle under the right hand. Inhale up. Exhale, thread. Inhale up. Third time we stay. Inhale back up. And table. On your next inhale, shoot the left leg back. The height of your back. Dial that left hip down. Cross the left leg over the right leg. Bring it to the floor and move back and forth, stretching the side of the body, the hip flexor, the glutes, and obviously also the hamstrings. Keep strong in the shoulders. Option here to look back at your foot. One or more. Pushing back and bring it up as an extension to your back. Push into the left hand, lift the right hand. On your exhale, bring elbow to knee under your chest. On your exhale, open it up. Inhale, or the other way around, sorry, exhale, bend in. Inhale, straighten up. Exhale, bend in. Inhale, open up. Stay here. Bend the leg. Bring the right hand behind you. Try to grab the foot. No necessity to do so. But if you do, then kick a little bit into your hand. And release back to table. A little bit of moving the spine. Wagging the tail. And let's take it to the other side. Right leg straight up. Behind you, dial that hip lower, the right hip. It's essential for the stretch. Then cross the right leg over the left leg to the ground and start stretching by pulling back with the heel and pushing forward with the toes. And every time you go back, maybe open the right side a little bit more. Option to look at your foot. In general, when you look at your limbs and at your body doing the movements, you get another perspective. Yes, not only from the inside, also how it looks from the outside. Brings another awareness. Bring the right leg straight behind you. Again, dial that right hip down. Don't open it. And then drill into the right hand. That's essential. Lift the left hand. And now exhale, bring it in, knee to elbow. Inhale, open up. So 3 times. 2, open up. 3, hold it just for a second, bend the back leg, bring the hand to grab hold of the foot and stretch. Kick the leg into the hand, not too fancy. We're not doing anything big. And release back down. Cows and cats next. So cow, release the belly, look up. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Any version, rhythm, tempo, or fancy that you want to pour into cats and cows is yours to do. Try to marry the movement to the breath and have yourself a jolly good time. Great. At some point, just come to stillness. Tuck your toes under and come onto your heels just for a little bit. And for a tiny bit of mobility, this is optional because some people, you know, with knees and ankles are a bit reserved, and rightfully so. So if that is you, you can carry on cats and cows. If you wish to learn this, you can do this with your hands on the ground or lift them up, and then one knee and then the other, coming to a toe stand. Key ingredient here is tucking the tailbone in, engaging the core. And then release one knee slowly so you don't bang it, and then the other. Now play around with knee after knee, and maybe at some point come with 2 knees to a toe stand. Hands can be also in heart center, it's up to you. And then lower them both down. So I'm working from my core. It's not only the mobility of my feet, it's the core. I'm holding myself here and I'm lifting. So I'm not even on my heels. And that was it. Now come back to table, untuck your toes. Tap, 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 tap. Release all tension. And then tuck your toes under, and we're ready for flight. Downward dog, you guys. So hips up and back. If you wish to keep your legs bent, that's beautiful. Open the back by releasing tension in the shoulders. Roll them away from your ears and then release the head. Just let it hang there and breathe. Little tweaks here. Push those hips not only up, but to the back of the mat. As if you're trying to bring the belly to glue itself to the thighs, to the upper thigh. That will open your back a little bit more. Then walk the dog, pedal 1 foot at a time, lowering the heel, stretching that hamstring, but also at the same time opening the back, releasing the neck. Very tempting to keep the stress in the neck. A big breath in and let it go. come to stillness. Maybe legs straight, maybe not. Bend the knees plenty to a hover. Look forward, walk or hop to meet your hands to a forward fold. Once again, release the head. Release the hands. Option to come to ragdoll, holding opposite elbows. And just let 2 or 3 breaths come in and out of your body, using this form to travel through you. On your next inhale, bring your forearms to your thighs. Straighten your back. Tuck the tailbone in. Don't curve the lower back. Tuck it in. And then on your next inhale, shoot up, pushing the thighs, engaging the core. Circle sweeping the hands to the sky, bringing it to your heart center. Strong core here. Lower the shoulders. Come back to the yoga, to your intention. Take care of yourself. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold all the way down, vertebra by vertebra, releasing yourself to the ground. Release the neck. On your next inhale, hands to the shins, not the chin, the shins. Straighten your back. Don't lock the knees, but tuck your tailbone in. Again, try to eliminate all the time that natural curve of the lower back. Exhale, bend the knees plenty, bring the hands to the mat, walk the legs to plank. Tuck the tailbone in. Again, push the mat away so your shoulders are basically holding you here. Your core is, but your shoulders are the anchor. And then release yourself down slowly to the mat. Untuck your toes, leave the hands next to your body. Engage the legs, engage the glutes. Lift your chest up to baby cobra. Using the back, not the hands. And release back down. Push to table. Push to child's pose. Hold some breath. And come back to table. Tuck your toes under. Come back to downward dog. With your breath, use your flow. Inhale, exhale, just a moment in downward dog. Suck the belly in. Push it to your thighs. Release the neck. Once again, bend the knees, look forward. Hop or walk to meet your hands. Forward fold, maybe a little bit more intense this time so you can hold the legs behind you and pull the forehead in. And then bend your knees plenty and rise up using only your core this time. Hands up. Exhale to heart center. Inhale, hands up together. Engage glutes. A tiny bit of a back bend. Push those hips forward and let your head hang back. That's it. Exhale, come back to standing. And then straight ahead, bow all the way down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Jump or walk to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana is next. You can always take baby cobra as we did before. So push forward, halfway down. Inhale, upward dog. exhale, downward dog. Walk the dog, bring some heat into the movement. Breathe in and out. On your next inhale, come to stillness and let it go. Next inhale, right leg goes up to the sky. Bend the leg, open the hip. If you wish, you can stay here circling the leg in and out, or flip the dog. If you are flipping the dog, make sure your shoulder is stacked over your wrists. Bring it back to three-legged dog, everybody, and dial that right hip down. Bring the right leg behind your left leg. Walk the hands to your legs. Stretch forward like a forward fold, then bend the knees and come all the way up. A little bit of a balance here. That back bend that we did, very challenging, you guys. And bend forward again. Walk the hands back to downward dog. Let go of the right leg. Bring it to your chest. Lift the back heel, and step the right leg in between your hands. Runners, leave the feet, not leave, but open the feet to a hip distance apart so you have a really nice base. And now leave the left hand on the ground, open the right hand to a twist. Now challenge yourself here, drill into the legs. They're super active, and then try to lift the left hand over your head. Roll those shoulders down. On your exhale, frame the front leg, and then start straightening the front leg a little bit, a few times. Maybe adjust the back leg if it's too far away. I'm just thinking about it now. And at some point, leave it straight. Once you are in that position of straight feet, straight leg, you can lift your right foot. So you're basically on the toes of the back leg and on the heel of the front leg. If you need more, you can roll your head forward. Try to keep those hips square. On your next exhale, lower the foot. Bend the front leg. Toe heel the front foot a little bit forward. And lower the left knee to the ground. Untuck your toes. And here we're stretching the left hip flexor. So it's up to you, either leaving the hands down on the mat or coming to marriage proposal. Yes, or moving. Maybe movement is in your book. Maybe a little bit of a flow. Maybe hands on the ground if you have blocks, maybe blocks. Maybe fist, make a fist. Whatever it takes to open the left hip flexor. And while I'm opening the hip flexor, my glutes are working and my hips are square. One more breath. And make your way back to runners. So frame the front leg. Tuck the toes under behind you. Push that leg up. And then push the right leg back to plank. What a difference in the legs. Push the mat away. Strong shoulders. Tuck the tailbone in. It's a whole corset around your core. Breathe. 2 more breaths. Just hold it here or lower your knees. It's up to you. You decide. It's your practice. Chaturanga Dandasana is next. Push forward, halfway down. Inhale. Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. If you need, walk the dog. I like also to just rotate the heels from side to side. Always an option. And just breathe. Breathe and enjoy the movement, as well as the stillness. On your next inhale, left leg goes up. Bend the leg and circle it in and out, both directions, or flip the dog. Your choice. If you are flipping the dog, push those hips up with the glutes and make sure your shoulder is stacked over your wrists. Then the left hand can go up. Always option to go to wild thing, straightening the left leg, right? And bring it back to downward dog. Left leg comes behind the right. So there's a stretch here in the hamstrings. Walk the hands to the legs. Stretch a little bit by pushing the hips back and come all the way back up, bending the knees. Once up, I have an aunt doing yoga with me. Once up, engage those glutes, release the head back. Push those hips forward. And come all the way down whenever you want. You can take your time stretching. Then walk the head forward again to downward dog and place the legs back in, but the left leg to your chest. Take a moment to adjust. Breathe, lift the back heel, and then step the left leg in between your hands. Once again, make sure you are hip distance apart with your feet. Leave the right hand on the floor. Lift the left hand up, but make sure you're so strong in your legs that you can lift your right hand over your head. The twist is happening here because your core is strong. Breathe. And frame the front leg. And start straightening and bending. Straightening and bending. Maybe adjusting the back leg, always an option. Please remember, you do you. And at some point, the front leg is straight. Hands may be on the ground. Lift those left toes up. So you're basically on the back toes and the front heel. If you need more, make sure your hips are square. Release the head onto your leg. Breathe. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then bend the front leg. Bringing the foot back down, maybe toe heeling a little bit forward, and then releasing the back knee to the ground, untucking the toes, coming up to that beautiful stretch of the right hip flexor. Now, a few pointers here. Try to bring the knee to be stacked over the heel. That's why I said walk the leg forward. You don't want the knee over your toes. Second thing, hips are square. So I'm trying to have both hips at the same position, and I do that by activating the glutes, both of them. Then rising up with my chest wherever I am. Even if I have my hands on the ground, try to lift the chest a little bit, just a tiny bit. Even if you're here, do this. Roll the shoulders back. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. Just deepening the stretch, engaging the glutes, breathing. And on your next exhale, frame the front leg. Set it up to runners again. Tuck the toes. Bring the knee up and push the left leg back to plank. Nice. I feel the balance in both of my legs. On your next inhale, push those hips up and back to downward dog. On your next exhale, so inhale while I'm talking, round your back, wave-like motion back to plank. Then release the hips down to upward dog, thighs hovering. Once again, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, exhale, plank, wave-like motion. Inhale, exhale, downward, upward dog. Yeah, so it's just basically a wave of the spine. And now push back to downward dog and come to stillness. Bring the right hand to the left shin, under your body. Twist and bring the head to look up under your left armpit. Bring it back to center. Left hand to the right shin. Twist under your right armpit. Look up to the sky through the gate you are making with your body. And bring it back. Come back to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana is next. Halfway down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Walk the dog if you need. Drink water, don't wait for me. Maybe rotate those heels. I'm taking the time here, so do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Whatever that is. And I will wait for you in downward dog. Yeah, you might want to get off your wrists for a little bit and circle them. And if you are like me in downward dog, just breathe. Breathe and be in this powerful pose. On your next inhale in downward dog, lift the right leg again. Lift the back heel, bend it to your chest, step it in between your hands, lower the back heel and come up to warrior two. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. Exhale, come back to warrior two. Bring it down to side angle, forearm to the thigh, left hand to the sky. Bring it back to warrior two. Straightening the front leg, bending the left, the back. Come to side lunge, hands to heart center. Push back up to warrior two. Let's flow. So back to side lunge, bending the back leg. It doesn't matter how low you go. It's just how low you want to go. And come up to warrior two. Beautiful. One more time. Come back to side lunge. Use your breath. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Nice. Lift the back heel and come to high lunge. Twisting the hips. So it's like being on a buggy board and then finding that balance, twisting forward. Come to high lunge, shifting your weight forward Knees stacked over your heel. Square those hips, square them. Hands open to the ground. Again, we're grounded. We are strong. If you need more, challenge yourself by hands over your head. One more breath here, and then interlace the fingers behind your sacrum and rise up. Right. Keep squaring the hips, keep engaging the glutes. Inside of your thighs are working hard. Release hands to the hips and push the back leg, shifting weight forward to chair. Nice. Again, I have a difference energy flow in both thighs. You can do with hands whatever. We're here for 3 breaths. Pace yourself, tuck the tailbone in, engage the core. One more breath. Inhale, circle, sweep the hands to the sky. Back bend again, engage the glutes. And on the way forward, we bow all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, jump to plank or walk. 3 breaths as before. Option here to move back and forth on your toes. Only if you have healthy wrists. If not, lower your knees and do the same. And now, Chaturanga Dandasana is next. So push forward, halfway down. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Which feels like home at this point, right? Just breathe. Open the back. Release the head. Breathe. On your next inhale, left leg goes up in the air. Lift the back heel, the right heel. Bend the leg and step it in between your legs, lowering the back heel, setting up for warrior 2 with the left leg to the front. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Side angle, right hand to the sky. And come back to warrior 2. This time we're straightening the front leg, bending the back, coming to a side lunge. Use your breath to come back up to warrior 2. Inhale, back down to side lunge. And use your breath to come back to warrior 2. One last time. Come down to side lunge. Your hands can do whatever, you guys. And back to warrior 2. Nice. It's a nice movement and a hip opener that goes good with warrior 2. Lift the back heel. Use your hips and twist forward, not your toes. If you use your toes, you're gonna wobble. If you use the hips, really sit into it. Nothing can move you. And then you'll be surfing and you'll thank me. Come back to that forward high lunge, almost a bolt. Open the hands. Scissor the thighs. Knees stacked over the heels. You want more? Hands over your head. Breathe. Square the hips by dialing the right hip down. And then interlace the fingers behind your sacrum and rise up. The legs do not change. Nice. Release the hands. Push forward to chair. 3 breaths in chair. Why? Why is English THS? Like, just sit down, tuck the tailbone in, eliminate that curve. That's all you gotta do. That's the core working right there. And then open the shoulders. One more breath. And rise up. A little bit of a back bend as before. Engage the glutes. And release. Let's take a minuscule break here because I need water. I hope you guys at home are happy. We are. It's wonderful. It's hot. So even if you are not sweating, drink. But I am. Everybody here doing fine? Yes. Yeah? Great. So back to the mat in a standing position. Just take a minute to open the hips, the feet more than hip distance apart a little bit, and just circle them. You can bring the hands to the hips or not. Whatever is good for you. If hips, because of lower back, is a problem, you can always do the knees. You can always circle the knees. You don't have to do this. This is nice, but we all modify. And then some wet ropes, lifting the back heel. So if my right hand is in the front, my right heel comes up. Always same side limbs. And if you want, you can even look back as far as you can. Nice. And at some point, come to stillness. Open the feet to the width of the mat. Bring those heels inward. And bend the knees the same direction as your toes. So this is not quite goddess, but it's the same positioning. So I'm not sassing the bum bum, I'm sitting here. I'm gonna go to the side. My whole body, by the way, is open to the front. I'm just shifting to the left leg, opening the hands, coming to half moon balance. I don't have to go the whole way. Just a little bit of a hint and bring it back. So I'm in a high position, also in the half balancing moon or the half moon balancing. Again, the other side, shift into the left, leave the body open, knee opens also, and come to that balance. You don't have to go all the way, we're just testing the waters. And then come back. Take it to the right again. This time maybe straightening the standing leg, straightening the hands, still opening the body, working our way to the full pose, and come back, bending the standing leg. Take a breath here, bend the knees. Left side. So again, this time I'm straightening the limbs, but I'm still keeping that open body. It's as if I'm in between two walls. Nice. Bend the standing leg, come back. So you can stay here, or if you have a block or a water bottle or not, just as you are, you can try and come to the full pose. Okay? So take your time. First, the right side. So I'm kind of like going into a cartwheel. That's my intention. But then I'm lowering the hand, straightening my body, breathing. Oops. And if you come out of it like I just did, come back in. Nice. Beautiful, guys. Bend the standing leg. Come back to the center. Whew. Other side. Telling you a secret here, this is the most challenging pose for me. I don't know why, but I'm doing it. To the left side. And cartwheel it is. And then we freeze mid cartwheel. Bring the left hand to the ground if you want, but keep that openness in the body. Breathe. And bend the standing leg. Come out of it slowly. Straighten the legs. Shake, shake, shake. Nice. Back bend is also a beautiful practice after it. So hands on the bum bum. And just push the hips forward, maybe bending the knees, maybe not. This is up to you. And then roll the shoulders open. Release the head. But engage the glutes as usual so you protect your lower back. Option here to interlace the fingers and open a little bit more. And come on back up. Beautiful. Open the legs now to a wide-legged stand. So more than the width of the mat. Open the hands to a 5-pointed star. Come on all the way down. So grab hold of the center with your hands or the heels. Whatever is suitable for your body. But the action is the same. On your inhale, you shoot the hips up to the air, trying to straighten the legs. No necessity. You can keep the knees bent. All you want to do is stretch up those hips and let gravity hold your head and pull you down. Enjoy releasing the upper body, hinging from the hips. Suck the belly in, it helps. And don't crunch your shoulders. Then release the action. Bring the hands to the center and walk the hands a little bit forward to kind of like a downward dog with open legs. Then push back. Push those hips back. Your hands are straight. Release the head. So it's really like downward dog, but with open legs. Give it a nice stretch. Option here to do what we did in the warm-up and bring the chin to the mat. Again, it might not be that it's possible, but it's just the intention. And then release all tension. Bring the hands back in between your legs. Engage core. Open the hands to a T and come all the way up to 5-pointed star. And here, a little bit of a fun, jump back. That's it. Nice. Inhale, circle sweep the hands to the sky, bow forward, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat, jump to plank, and come all the way to the mat on your belly. Just checking. Good. I didn't step on my mic. So, bring the left hand in front of you as a pillow, forehead to the left forearm. Bend the left leg. Bring the right hand to grab it. Now next is up to you. You can stay here and stretch, maybe with both hands. Or you can leave the left hand in front of you and kick the leg into the hand just as we did in the warm-up. Bring that knee inward and breathe. And release. Switch hands. So for right forearm is in front of you. Bend the right leg. Left hand goes behind. Grab your foot with it. Your choice here. Either stay here and stretch the quad with both hands and lift the quad a little bit, or kick into the hand, lifting the leg up. It's up to you. Keep that knee inward anyways. And release the shoulder. Bring it back down. Breathe. Full bow is next. So again, your choice. You can stay with both legs bent and stay here, work on your quads. Or take a big breath in and kick it up. Keep those knees together. Open the chest and breathe. Maybe rock. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Woo! Open your hands to a T. If you are with one cheek, then do with the other one. Lower your heart rate and breathe. And when you feel you are composed again, push yourself to table. Push yourself to child's pose. The counter pose to all back bends. Either open your knees or not. It's up to you. Just enjoy the breath. And then come to hero, sitting on your heels. A little bit of wet ropes here in hero pose. You can even stay in each side for a few breaths. And coming back to hero and that mobility that we did in the beginning of the class that we're going to use to come to our backs. So again, tuck your toes under, lift those knees up, see if you remember, if it's easier now. And then release the bum bum down. I'm still hovering. It's a different kind of squat, yes. Now come back to that toe balance. Come back to the squat and release yourself to the ground, releasing the legs to the front. Nice, nice, nice mobility. A little bit of game for the joints. Believe me, they like it. The joints like it once you start using them in different ways. It's called brain candy. It's not my term. But every time you try something new, your brain goes, ha ha! So that's it. Fold yourself forward. I always say it here, it's up to you. If you keep your back straight, you're stretching more so the legs. Not that you're not stretching your back, it's just more pronounced in the hamstrings and the back of your legs. If you roll yourself forward all the way down, then it's pronouncing the lower back. So take note of that. And you can always bend your knees, always. And come all the way back up slowly, always with respect. Bend the right leg, foot to the inside of the left thigh. Twist over the left leg. We're going to do a bunch of twists now. Very important to inhale, elongate the spine, exhale, twist. Come back to center, take it over the bent leg. So the awareness should go into the hips. So we're twisting, but the hips are in different positions. Bring it back to center. Bring the right leg to stand either on the inside or the outside, whatever you want. Option to bend the straight leg, okay? And this is pretty traditional twist. You hug with your left hand the standing right leg, right hand kick standing behind you, and twist. This is a pronounced twist. So the more you go, the more you get out of it. And we're pretty warm by now, so if you do feel some pain, come out of it. But if you don't, enjoy it. Come back to the center. Release the standing leg, knee on top of knee. If this is not in your practice, you can leave it open like so. And bound forward, flexing the left leg. That will pronounce the outside of the left thigh, hip flexor, lower back. Release the upper body. I let the chin sit on my upper knee. So the more you release the neck and the shoulders, the better. And bring it back up slowly and with control, with love. So much love, right? And let's take it to the other side. So left leg bends over, foot to the inside of the right thigh. We're twisting over the right leg first. Take the time to find the differences, especially in the hips, while twisting. We're changing the base of the twist, therefore the twist is different. Release the shoulders. I always have to remind myself here not to crunch them up. Then come back to center slowly and take it over the bent leg, the left one. Hand can come over the thigh, obviously, and keep breathing. Now, pushing the left leg into the right thigh gives you another point of control, I would say, to the twist. And bring it back to center, lifting the left leg. Option here to leave it here, over your leg, bending the right leg this time, whatever. Then hug the left leg with your right hand, or, I didn't say it before, but you may bring the elbow on top of the thigh. It's up to you. And then left hand behind you, kickstanding, and go to the mother of all twists. We're here for 2 more breaths. Release the shoulders. Inhale, elongate the spine. Exhale, twist, and release activation in the legs. Suck the belly in, it will help you twist. Look back and come all the way back with control. Let the upper leg, which is the left, come knee on top of knee, or any other modification. Keep the foot in flex and roll over the upper knee. So we're starting to wind down, and the stretches, from my findings, are the best when one group of muscles is stretching and the rest are just letting go. So in my head, I don't take care of the stretch is there. In my mind, I'm letting go of everything else. And come on back up, slowly and with respect. And then straighten both legs, come to your forearms behind you. Release the tailbone. So we tucked it so much. This is tucking. Release. Release the shoulders too. Let yourself collapse into everything. This is a, okay, I'm on the beach kind of thing. And then relax your head behind you. Just a breath. And now in contrast, bring the feet together, flex them, activate the legs, tuck the tailbone in, push into your elbows, rise the head up. So there's a complete difference here. Lift the legs to a hover and bring them to your chest. Keep on pushing into the elbows, straightening the legs to a hover, in flex, tuck the tailbone in, bring it in. Use your breath. Straightening it up. Bring it in. Don't let go of the core. Even when the legs are here, tuck the tailbone in. Keep on engaging. No, two more. Hover. Bring it in. Super, super active. I'm completely trembling. Last time. Point the legs and scissor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maybe lift the hands, low boat. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. That's it. That's all, folks. Enjoy the lying down. I love to bring my feet to the mat and windshield the legs after working out the core. From now on, I'm going to say workouting instead of working out. Just enjoy windshielding the legs a few times, releasing tension. And then at some point, bring both legs to the right, bent. Look for the right angle. It could be that the knees are closer up or more open down. So look for the right positioning. Then open your hands to a T and look to the left. Option any modification of supine twist you like. You can bring the right leg on top of the left for added weight, or straighten the right leg all the way down. Up to you. Just enjoy the mechanics of the pose, letting go of everything in your body. And then use your core again to lift the legs back up and take it to the other side. So drop them to the left. Once again, take your time to modify and find that special angle in which your body is so happy to be. Then open your hands to a T and look to the right. One more wholesome breath here. And bring those legs back to center. Bring both legs to hug yourself to your chest and then hug yourself. And here, because we have such an uneven ground, it's so much fun to rock from side to side. A little bit of a free massage here. Just feel all the bumps. And at long last, just release your legs to Shavasana. Please take your time to do whatever you still feel like needed before coming to Shavasana, or join me. Letting go, releasing my body, my hands up to the skies. Legs open to the sides. But if you need any other stretch or movement, take it. Keep on breathing and softening your belly. Letting the breath lead you to a calm state. If you trust the breath, the inhale of good and the exhale of whatever you don't need, if you trust that process, your physical body will relax. A few breaths in complete silence here. And on your next inhale, start bringing your awareness back to the body, to that feeling of being inside of it. but also experiencing through the breath the ability to be all of it. Wiggle your toes, move your body, maybe a stretch. And release. Then push on to one side, to a fetal position, and then push back up, if you wish so, to a seated position. You can always stay in Shavasana. Take a deep, deep breath in and let it go. And as usual, we never take for granted the fact that people come and practice with us. And for that, the Spirit in me honors the Spirit in you, and I say namaste. Have a great week, you guys.